Moving on, the next thing that I look at as well, typically I do this early on in the piece, and let me just get another colour. Hopefully I've got another colour. Actually, I've run out of colours, so maybe we'll start back with black. Is directory submissions. Now, directory submissions used to be a lot more effective than they are these days. There are different directories out there that provide SEO benefit and pass link juice, and like I said, in the past they used to be a lot more effective than they are these days. You know, there's different services out there where you give them your website and you can say, you know, here's the text for the title, here's the description, here's the keywords that I want to link to. You can give them a few keywords, you can tell them to rotate them. I say that for sure. You don't want to have every one of these sites under the directory submission to have exactly the same text. You want to make sure that you mix it up. So provide them variations, find a service that will allow variations and will also drip feed this over time. Again, you want to make it look natural. You don't want to, you know, go to bed one day and then wake up the next day and then have, you know, 200 links pointing back to your website. Now, I don't ever, because these are quite low quality links now and I don't get as much bang for my buck as I used to, make sure you don't do that personally, or maybe you find someone in, you know, India or Philippines or something like that to do the work for you. But this is directory submissions. And typically speaking, I'll usually go anywhere from 150 to 200 links on that. Look, that's very cheap to do, and you can get that sort of submission done by some different services. One I've used in the past, Directory Maximizer, they're quite good. All of the links up here, typically speaking, they'll be fired straight to the money site. So I'll just do that. They get fired down to the money site. And a lot of the times your link back to the money site will have the URL, so it'll be like www.yourdomain.com. The benefit being, which we talked about in one of the other SEO method videos, was that when you're having links to your website, you want to have a certain percentage of those with the URL in it. You don't always want to be so aggressively targeting just one primary keyword. You have your primary keyword, and you have variations on that keyword, and you also have the domain name. And these guys, for the directory submission, that's a good way to get a good amount of inbound links with your URL in it. So directory submission is good, it's quite cheap, and it's very easy to do. So, and that leads me to another point. I talked about variation for these. Same with when we're looking at the blog network, and I talked about PLR content, and I also talked about public domain. Typically speaking, like you won't be doing the same article. You know, mix it up, and you'll have different articles, and then just follow the methods that we outline as to shooting the links back to the money site and some of those internal pages as well. The next piece, really, that for me makes up stage one. I'd say that's. We'll just put this here. Stage one. Actually, I've got it written down as stage one. I usually the reason I call that stage one is because of the ease at which it is rolled out. The next sort of stage is what I start to do once the website starts to take off. This will be enough for most niches to get you to start ranking. But you know, depending on if you've decided this is my core business that I'm going for, this money site is the core business, and I want to rank and I want to do whatever it takes to get that to rank, then, you know, taking it to the next level, and this really comes back to search engine domination. If you want someone to type in your keyword, and this is going to get your money site ranked, what I'm about to show you now is how to dominate the first page of Google.